listen, we got the Theorizer part 2 of the Patrick theory. I know. I was a little critical in the first part. All right. And people was like, bro, you got to finish it and then you'll understand. All right. So we here for part 2. Let's get it.
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K Holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.
What is good, HollaSquad? We are, you know what I'm saying, the latest squad on the YouTube platform. Listen, today we are back with another reaction, and we got the Theorizer back, all right? A lot of people were telling me, Holla, bro, you tripping, okay? How you gonna see a 3-part series and come to your conclusion after part 1? I was like, you know what? You're right. So we're going to finish the whole thing. As soon as this video hit, you know what I'm saying, what goal should I give y'all for this video? We're going to go with 27 likes. As soon as we hit 27 likes, I'm going to do part 3. So y'all go ahead, run them likes up. That's all y'all got to do. But before we hop into this, you know what I'm saying, subscribe. Also, comment down below, HollaSquad, something. Let me know if you real HollaSquad and not down below. But this is the fractured mind of Patrick Star. Hey, look, part 1. Threw out a couple of conclusions, and now my man about to breadcrumb me to the truth. So let's see what we got here. Let's get it.
You may recall a recent theory I proposed. It was probably the most unlikely but insanely wild theory I've ever constructed.
Okay.
It was slammed by the Viacom police and removed from YouTube, but in November I re-uploaded it with some changes so that they were less inclined to copyright claim.
Bro, hold up. Viacom was out here hating? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Claim it. Watch it immediately by clicking on the white rectangle box that pops up in the top right corner now, and then come back here because I asked you guys to find scenes where Patrick suddenly became intelligent, and you guys delivered, so now I have several clips of
shout out to the YouTube
Patrick
community
to support my theory that he has hundreds of split personalities inside of his head. This theory of mine, it's honestly ridiculous, and for those of you watching, I'm not one of those parody theory channels. I'm legit as can be, but when I get a chance like this to just go all out with ridiculousness that sort of makes sense, I take the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Hold up. My man got a Mario theory? I gotta check that out, bro. I gotta check that out.
Hello, I'm the Theorizer, and as many of you pointed out, Patrick clearly did in fact start as a dumb child, not a smart one. That likely came down the road. But while half of you tried to piece together more clues from various episodes, the other half tried to figure out what sort of traumatic event from his past could lead to such a fractured mind. But before we get into the pre-show trauma, we have to start with more clues, and there are a lot of them. So first and foremost, in my last theory, I was unable to remember the episode where Patrick duplicated. You see, a key point of my last theory was that Patrick, like most starfish, has the ability to duplicate and split. And dozens of you pointed out that it was seen at the end of the karate episode. His arm falls off, and then he says not to worry, he's a starfish and it will grow back. And then it does. But then his arm grows into a whole new body, and he essentially duplicates. Boom! It is canonically correct. And as dozens of you pointed out, at the end of the episode Spy Buddies, there are literally 2 Patricks standing there laughing, and it cuts to black, and nobody knows why. But now into his bursts of...
Alright, my man getting in his bag now. I'm intrigued, I'm bought in, let's get it.
Intellect, because there are a lot of them. There's the ones I mentioned in my other Patrick video, and then there are these. Let's kick it off with something Buggy and Iggy Fan 15 reminded me of. I can't believe I forgot this when writing my last theory, but in the episode Squid-tastic Voyage, SpongeBob and Patrick go inside of Squidward while driving a miniature submarine.
Pause. Alright, pause.
SpongeBob and Patrick go inside of Squidward while driving a miniature submarine, and Patrick has a burst of chemical intelligence. See the following clip.
If you could make a big enough burp,
we could filter the CO2 through our ballast tanks, refire the engines, and ride the shockwave out of here.
Wow. He's right.
What? We're going through with your plan, Patrick.
Yay!
What
How did Patrick know that?
See? He talks about filtering CO2, and then he snaps out of it and gets all dumb. questioning his very own plan. And if they did this once or twice throughout the series, I could understand their comedic standpoint. But this is a staple of his character, flashes of intelligence, which makes it a true part of his brain. Commenter Hailed Space 25 stated that in the episode Ghoul Fools, Patrick claimed that staring at the clouds calmed his inner demons. Right there at the beginning of the episode. And this ain't a one-off. Patrick constantly references how his mind is a raging mess, whether it be like this, or by calling it a machination-filled enigma. It's a smidgen suspicious. Another good point I debated writing about in the original video is in the episode where Patrick becomes king, and commenter Love Your Creations reminded me that I should have added it. After Patrick is told he's actually royalty, he instantly becomes a totalitarian dictator, ordering and stealing anything he wants. He becomes vicious and
I think I only seen this episode like once or twice, though. I don't really remember it like that.
Unpredictable. A whole new personality that is activated by complete freedom to do whatever he wants. Eventually, everyone leaves.
Bro, let me find out my man Billy Mulligan 2.0, all right? If y'all don't know who that is, if y'all ever seen the movie Split, all right? And he got the Beast. The Beast is the I was about to say valedictorian. The freaking totalitarian that he becomes.
By complete freedom to do whatever he wants.
That's crazy.
Eventually, everyone leaves him and he stares into a mirror where he sees a terrifying reflection of his attitude. It makes him snap back to how he used to be after reminding him of the cruel and malignant monarch he's become. This episode was actually one of the reasons I proposed this whole theory to begin with.
It connected in his
so
head?
How I forgot it the first time around is a mystery to me, but it's very key to everything. He literally talks with his personality. More on that in a minute. There are even some instances in which Patrick acts dumb while he does extremely smart things.
Like what?
Once, he helped SpongeBob cheat on his driver's test by giving him all the answers that Patrick seemingly knew, but SpongeBob didn't. Patrick even got his driver's license in one episode, despite being a blatant idiot during other moments. He makes no sense.
I ain't gonna lie, I done seen some idiots with their license. If you ever drove on 85 in Atlanta, you know there's a lot of Patrick Stars out here, all right? Yeah.
Another very brief but possibly significant moment was pointed out by user Star, who said that in the episode where they keep swearing, Patrick has a mini moment. He approaches a dumpster and reads a word very poorly. He has a hard time reading it, but then he reads the swear word just fine and explains to SpongeBob how it is a sentence enhancer. So he goes from not knowing how to read to knowing how to read to using slightly large words to explain swearing to SpongeBob. No one is this inconsistent. Also, in the episode with Patrick's parents, he's running around like a madman, and SpongeBob asks if he's having another episode. Seems as though these spastic mental breakdowns are becoming more frequent.
And whatchamacallit, because they say like SpongeBob represents like the 7 deadly sins. Which one is Patrick? All right, because like Mr. Krabs is greed, right? Is it gluttony? He's gluttony, right? Or something like that. For Patrick, I don't know if that could tie into this at all, though. That's why I need to know which one it is.
If SpongeBob refers to them like this. A lot of you also pointed out this clip from the episode I Had an Accident.
No, your other bottom!
Don't you have to be stupid somewhere else?
Not until 4.
This and many cases exactly like this pop up in the show, where Patrick seems to schedule his intelligence and his stupidity as if it has a set schedule, one he may or may not control. And he claims this on a couple of occasions, not just once. He's aware of when he's smart and dumb. And about the milk spilling during that other episode, look at what YouTube user I'm King had to say about it. I don't know if this is coincidental or accurate, but it is deep as hell. Finally, there's one thing I simply cannot fail to discuss, and that is an entity known as Alternate Universe Patrick. the mirror Patrick. You know, he appears in the mirror more than just that one time when Patrick was king. He appears many times, actually. So we know that this whole thing isn't exactly a one-off. In the episode entitled Roller Cowards, Patrick's personality insults him for being a wimpy crybaby. Patrick gives him a smack, asking him why—
Bro, he got split personality. It could be, but like the brain thing connecting us, that's kind of crazy. Because in the first one, he said he fell off the thing, he put a new brain on, it connected. You know what I'm saying? It was unplugged. But this go into like a whole nother like side of thing. Oh, bro. This is getting interesting, all right? It's getting interesting.
I can say this, if they settled it last time, this means they have a relationship. They know each other, and they seem to hate each other. This is not some kind of paranormal thing going on. This is all in Patrick's head. And the fact that he so truthfully believes AU Patrick is a thing is representative of tons of delusional disorders, paranoid schizophrenia, psychosis, insanity, or he's talking to his split personalities. And guess what?
Come on! Hey! Holla the Theorizer in the building. All right, me and the Theorizer did the fusion dance. Come on now. I tell you, look. Points are being made.
Sanity, or he's talking to his split personalities. And guess what? In many other films and TV, when depicting split personalities that take over, typically
they use the
a
mirror.
Mirror reflects the other one trapped inside.
Come on now.
Off the top of my head, examples include Total Drama All-Stars, or more well-known, Supernatural, in which the
Never
current
watched
host
either
of a
one of
body
those.
can talk to another spirit inside. I think I even saw it in Bates Motel or something similar to it. My point is, I've seen this mirror representation of
I seen it in Salad Finger. All right, yeah, I watched the Spooky Scary Sunday that has Salad Finger in it. I was a very disturbing bits, if I do say so myself.
Multiple personalities in countless films and TV. It's a symbolic depiction of interpersonality communication. And Patrick does it again. In The Great Patty Caper, Patrick looks at his reflection in a window, claiming it's suspicious. Then it gets all arrogant and walks away creepily. There's now lots of confirmation. We, surprisingly, have a ton more evidence to support my ridiculous claim.
I ain't gonna lie, I was a little skeptical after the first one, all right? Y'all could go back and watch the vid. I was like, I don't know about these. It's not sounding
I'll
correct.
drop a subscribe if you watch my battle, fair trade or not my guy.
You don't want to sub, bro? Come on now. We'll check it out, though, after this, though.
That Patrick—
But I was a little skeptical after the first one, all right? I felt like there were a lot of holes in the theory, all right? But my man has proved me wrong. Said, listen, Holla, patience, all right? Patience is a virtue. You need it. And listen, if this ain't tying it up and there's a part three gotta tie everything together. It gotta be.
Patrick's a sufferer of some kind of duplicating personality.
What if, all right, what if, all right, this was the SpongeBob theory all along, right? Because a lot of people are speculating what the next Alex Bell theory is gonna be. And what if, like, this one that he's mentioning is actually the theory that explains what's going on with Alex Bell? Because if you think about it, Alex Bell, then you got the critique. What is it? The cynical critique or whatever the channel is where they critique the movies. It's the cynical critique, right? Then you have Sunk, the hot dog or whatever, the hedge. It's not the hedgehog, but Sunk. What if all of those are like the personalities of Patrick being controlled by Square? Yeah, that makes no sense. I ain't gonna lie. I'm out here just dribbling. You know what I'm saying? The shot's not going in.
Disorder, because the writers are being consistent with these oddly pointless topics and random things he says, but they aren't one-offs. He keeps doing them.
Yup.
But some of you commenters took the whole idea further. Back to that commenter named Star, they claimed something pretty intriguing.
Sunk the Rat. That's what it is. Sunk the Rat. Thank you.
Something I'd even pondered before, that Patrick Sure, he was born dumb, but he did clearly grow up to be somewhat intelligent during at one point in his life.
Facts.
Realizing his life was an arrogant, lonely waste, he pulled the plug on his intellect, suppressing that personality so that he could live freely but dumb. And we know smart Patrick would—
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I could do that, because some of the things that I read on the internet, Jesus. All right, please save me from this place. If I could do, I ain't gonna lie. He definitely on to something with that, all right?
do this exact kind of thing, because we literally see him do it again in the Patrick Smart Pants episode. This is all an excellent idea, and it flows with everything we've seen and everything I've been saying. So please, I beg of you to keep theorizing in this comment section, because things just keep coming and coming. Thanks for subscribing, everyone. Until next time, The Theorizer isn't home right now.
What does he mean by that? The Theorizer isn't home right now. Did that line tie in with the rest of this? I feel like it does. All I'm going to say is I'm a little bit more of a believer than I was after part 1. And a lot of people were tearing me apart in the comments. Holla, do part 2 and part 3. We going to make you a believer. And I watched it. A lot of this stuff is coming together. You know what I'm saying? I can see how it intertwines. So we're going to check out part 3 once we get to 24 likes, though. So y'all got to get this to 24 likes. And we're going to check that out, all right? Patrick. Let me find out you really like Albert Einstein out here, all right? But you walking around like, I was going to say some names. I don't want to be rude, though. But listen, y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. And until the next time, I see y'all, which hopefully will be soon. We out of here.